YouTube? Capital G here, checking out this absolutely incredible and damn near absurd Drytron card that just got revealed coming out of Lightning Overdrive. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a card review this week, but I guess that was kind of up to Konami, depending on what they revealed. And honestly, the past, I don't know, 5 days, they've been just revealing some crazy cards, Scrap Raptor, Dark Honest, and the new Akiza, Black Rose stuff. So it's all been pretty good, and I'm like, I don't think people will complain about one more card review as long as the card is really good, and this one is pretty damn good in my opinion. So this is Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir. It is an XC monster because, I mean, Drytron already XC, and honestly, the best boss monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now are VFD and Zeus. Basically, every deck that can XC summon wants to XC summon right now because those cards are so strong. It's a rank 1, that was predictable. Light Machine Monster, 2000 attack, 0 defense. So basically, it mimics the stats of all the other Drytrons except, I believe the Ritual guy has a, like, 4K attack, but yeah, he doesn't mimic that. Anyways, your materials are 2+ level 1 monsters, so very easy to summon. And your first and your third effects are not hard once per turns. First effect says, if this card is XC summoned, you can send 1 Drytron card from your deck to the graveyard. Second effect, if you would tribute a monster or monsters for a ritual summon, you can detach the appropriate XC materials from this card instead. Third effect, when an opponent's spell/trap card is activated while you control machine ritual monster. Quick effect, of course, probably needs to be. You can detach 1 material from this card, then you get to negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay, so this card is absolutely absurd. And let me just preface this by saying I am not like the biggest Drytron expert. I know exactly how to duel against the deck if I were to play, like Adamance Plater, the Paters, or like Ultra Guys, some of the decks that I'm just kind of messing around with. Like, I know how to play against the deck, but I can't, recite all the combos verbatim and stuff like that. However, I'm pretty sure that this kind of replaces Union Carrier, because I do think the interaction that Union Carrier has in the deck is really cool, where it effectively just can equip like Dawn Knight from your deck, and then the end result is you use the Union Carrier, as a ritual summon, and then you get the Foolish Burial, a Drytron name, so that you have like more cards to extend upon your plays. This basically does the same exact thing, except it doesn't really require you to run that Dawn Knight, which is definitely a brick you don't want to draw. This has that Foolish Burial effect on XC summon, so you're getting the extra Drytron name in the graveyard. But the difference is the ritual summoning ceiling of this card is significantly higher. Instead of having to use the Union Carrier itself as the ritual material, this card just allows you to use its materials as ritual material, which, I mean, that is just, to me, is that like insane? Like, I'm just saying that out loud. That is absolutely insane. You guys remember when we thought that it was pretty crazy that Drytrons were going to ritual summon using attack value instead of levels? Apparently, Konami has gone full, they have gone full Super Saiyan 3. Like, this is what it means to go beyond, because now we're just going to ritual summon using XC materials? I mean, that's kind of crazy to me. And again, that second effect is not a hard once per turn. So if this guy has 2 materials on it, which it at least has to have 2 materials on it when you summon it, that means that you can ritual summon twice just using the materials. And obviously the ritual spell effect, like getting it to your hand, you can usually activate it a couple of times in a turn. Now the third effect looks really, really good on paper. I don't really think it's going to come up that much, at least not the way the Drytron deck is currently constructed. I don't see the best Drytron players really using the Drytron ritual, so unless there's some other random machine ritual monster I can't think of, I really just don't think you're going to use that effect, even though it is an amazing effect, and having another negation effect for free, is obviously kind of crazy. Another thing I like about this card is it does exactly, like, not only does it work with what Drytron already wants to do, but even the Zeus plays are still there. Let's say that you XC summon this card, you get the Foolish Burial effect, and then you get to, you ritual summon using one of the materials. Well, if you just attack with this card for 2,000, which is not bad, you would still have 1 material on it and an XC monster with a battle, which means in your main phase 2, you can just slap a Zeus on top of this and you got 2 materials. So I think this card is just absolutely insane. And I kind of looked at it and I was saying what a lot of people on Reddit were saying. Doesn't this feel like too good, to be honest? Okay, so my working theory, and obviously I don't have any proof of this, but my theory is that since Drytron is horrible in the OCG, and I can prove that by, if you look at any of like the Yugi tubers or any of the OCG coverage, like Lithium, Beyond the Duel, etc., you never ever see Drytron like topping any events. Like you just don't see it. I assume that's because of Maxi and nothing else, because I mean, when it comes to rituals, our card pools are basically the same in the TCG. So it's like Drytron is trash in the OCG, but it's like god tier. It's, you know, one of the best decks in the TCG, although I still think VW is the best deck. But anyways, the point is, I think that Konami made this card to try to take Drytron to at least a respectable level. Like Konami OCG is like, this deck flopped, no one's playing it competitively, we need to give it a broken card. But in the TCG, the deck didn't flop at all. The deck is like elite tier and it's super strong. So this could potentially make the deck like, I don't want to dare say tier 0, but it could really put it way above anything else, because I don't know, it's not often that we see an archetype come out and be just a complete like tier 3, it's horrible in the OCG, but then like, you know, one of the best decks in the TCG, and this just happens to be one of those results. And it looks like Konami's trying to make the deck good. So I guess kind of take that for what it is. Even maybe in the TCG, if Ben 10 gets hit, I'm not sure that the deck is going to die or anything, because this support card is just absolutely bananas. But anyways, whatever you guys think of the new Drytron card, or my theory as to why the Drytron card is like so busted, because the deck's not good in the OCG, but coincidentally, it's god tier in the TCG. You leave that in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell.